hello you and everyone else watching, listening, and however you're receiving this content that I've sat here today, driven all the way to God knows where to record for you. Welcome back to another episode of Cloevs as well. This is actually my first time in the studio in like a month. So I thought I would bring, I know, just for you.
For me.
So we've brought a special guest. I have Kylie Jenner's best friend in the studio.
Because the way this has all gone down today is insane.
I couldn't believe it. Well, Rachel, Leary, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
No, I know. We've been meaning to do some content together. I feel like maybe a lot of your audience might be like, who the hell?
Are you joking?
Is on the sofa? But I feel like we overlap, right?
I think we do.
I feel like I know a lot of people.
You know everyone on the slide.
Who am I? But I know everyone. It's the two.
What do you mean, who are you?
Well, what do we say? Makeup artist, Kylie Jenner's best friend.
Yeah. Podcaster, presenter, makeup girly, Kylie Jenner's best friend. Before we get into the fishbowl, which Erin just stares at me at the beginning of every episode before I do it, we need to talk about what happened this morning.
Okay, what did happen this morning is actually what happened last night. I just had a shower. I was looking at myself in the mirror and thought, God, what the hell's going on? And I just thought, I'm always Googling. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's a girl thing. Maybe I've just got issues, but I needed to shoot my shot.
Googling what?
What has Kylie Jenner had done to her titties? I know. Every picture that she posts, actually, I think she just posted this TikTok talking about her new makeup or like something. And I was just like, if I was to get mine done, that is what I'd want them to look like. They look, to me, I think they look really natural. Like, they're big. They're big.
Ginormous and she's tiny.
Compared to like the ones that you get that are like...
Mine. I need mine redone.
No, but... Even still, I don't look at yours and think like, whatever. I just thought, I literally was in like my dressing gown, just done my skincare, and I thought, let me just ask her. Like, she's up in the comments sometimes. Like, she is active, and I feel like she's in an era of being really fun and like, the people. She's replied to me.
With the people.
Yeah, like she's replied to a comment of mine before. So what
was that one?
I asked, she like posted a video, and her hair looked amazing. And I said, please, can you and your hairdresser make a tutorial on this hair because it's amazing? And she went, yeah, we'll do that. I went, thank you.
You're actually mates.
Thank you.
You're actually mates.
So I actually thought and knew, like deep in my deepest heart, I was like, I know she's going to respond to me. She's seen me in the comments before. She knows my audience is a safe space. I even said that in the TikTok. I was like, this is a safe space. Like, I don't really get like any hate. Like I know who's a new follower and who's an old follower, because like, my old followers would never say whatever you want, like never. I have a good community of people.
No, you do.
And she fully replied. So if anyone wants to know what Kylie's had done.
445 CC, that's a lot of it. I know, because I thought I need some new boobs. I'm in the market. I'm going to go in October.
It was interesting that it was like, I didn't know you could get under and over the muscle.
That's what I was going to ask. You know, what does that mean? Has she got 2 implants?
So it's like they're rounded implants, but it's like my friend sent me a diagram of like what it means. I'm going to do that. Because you don't want to get under and over the muscle, and if you get a teardrop, because if they start to move, like you'll see it. But with a circle, it just stays the same. And it was like moderate profile. She even said the surgeon. I was like, he is going to be like,
and the Jenners do not say, Kardashian Jenner do not say.
I in the TikTok, I went, don't need to disclose. I understand that is sacred information, because now he's going to get bombarded by all these like girls that follow me being like, hey, as if we can afford it, but like,
I would love to get my boobs done, because do you know what else I want? Whatever Kris Jenner's had done to her face.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, but again, I think actually she said what that was, and it is the same person that's done like Lindsay Lohan, and it's someone in New York. So basically, you've got to go to America.
I've got to go, because I see that Dr. Miami on TikTok, and he's too busy trolling people.
Yeah, I don't trust any aesthetics person, cosmetics person, where all their content is like either like talking about celebrities, comparing them to somebody else, or like doing kind of like
mean.
It's like almost like putting other people's work down. I'm like, I don't trust you. And there's definitely
and also, why do you have, if you're so good, why do you have so much time to make trolling TikTok? Shouldn't you be at work?
No,
that's your job.
Yeah, and I don't trust any person that does things like that. No, but like that, like no one really talks about like also like when you're on like a weight loss journey and stuff, like you can't decide where it goes. Like, and I just lost mine from if I look back at pictures from like
I was gonna
even like a year ago, I'm like, wow, I really had massive boobs, and then went. I did.
Where have they gone?
Exactly. Where did they go?
Where have they gone?
I know. Like, if I could have chosen where to lose the weight from, it wouldn't have been there. But unfortunately, that was the case.
Well, we've got a surgeon's number. Yeah. I want to dig more into his because you are looking well. Not that you haven't.
Thank you.
But me and Millie were talking about it the other day and she was like, fucking look at Rach. You actually look like a model.
Oh my God, thanks.
What's been going on? What are you eating for breakfast?
Do you know what? It's like, I feel like I've got to be very... Obviously, like, I want to be completely transparent and like, realistic.
Right.
But then also I want to be really mindful about what I do say, because the biggest thing for me was like, I've got to stop like looking at other people's journeys and like doing what they're doing and like hoping for the same results, because someone could eat McDonald's for breakfast, lunch and dinner and like remain a size 8. Like, and it's just, it's not the same.
Yeah,
and it's like when you stop watching and listening to the outside noise, which I think that's what I was doing for years, because I feel like a lot of people think like, oh my God, it just happened overnight. But like, if you've been following me for ages, again, same with what I mean about knowing who's like an old and a new follower, because I know who the old followers are because they sort of say the things that like make sense, like the progress and like all of this. And like, it was progress, but like to be completely realistic, it's discipline. For ages, I was thinking I was like doing all the workouts, but then also again, like I would do a workout that I thought, God, like it burned like so many calories. But then I'd come home and sit for like 5 hours.
Right.
And then, but I thought, oh, because you know, like I've done the workout, like that counts, right?
Got you.
And then if I was eating like really healthy food, but it would still be like this, like it'd be a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like all of these things, because I saw like this girl who's like a fitness influencer. We ate the same amount, but
she's
for me,
burning
it will always,
all these.
for me it will always be different. So I think the biggest thing for me was at the start of this year doing that 75 medium, and I really recommend it. Doing it with your friends too.
Did you cut out alcohol?
Everything.
That's my problem.
Everything they say works. Cut out the alcohol. Yeah. Also, I got diagnosed with endometriosis at the beginning of the year before. And I've got like quite like a holistic friend, and she was telling me like, oh my God, my friend had endometriosis and she completely cut out processed sugar, and like it really reduced
what is
inflammatory of
sugar? Like what?
Like chocolates, like all this, like not like fruits and stuff. That's like natural sugar.
Right.
Like in alcohol too.
Yes.
So I told myself that was again one of the things as part of my 75 million I was doing for myself, was cutting that out, not only to help me perhaps lose weight, but also like for other reasons too. And like doing it with your friends also holds you to like a certain accountability, because you're like we were on the group chat together. We'd made like a really fun like group chat, wanted to check in like every day. And all it really takes is discipline, because in the past when I've been doing these journeys, I'd be like, oh, but like I'll have my cheat meal and like it's fine, like I just like the cheat meal. It's like all of the people that have like never gone through a weight loss journey, they'll be like, don't be so strict on yourself. Like I'm sorry, but like to be realistic, you actually have to be like, if you're actually serious about doing it, you do have to be strict. And like when you get to a place where you're like, okay, like I put in that graph, like then you can like let the reins loose. That's why I think a challenge like 75 medium and 75 hard was really beneficial for me, because like it was just that. It's like 3 months, right? Like 75 days?
I don't know. Yeah, 2.5. Oh yeah, 3 months.
It took me into like March and stuff. Like I think like throughout summer I'll get it all back. The alcohol will come out in the summer and like, I can do all of that. But
I've always had like a really complicated relationship with food. Like I am strict as fuck, but my weakness is alcohol for sure. Like I will eat so clean and I'll work out like twice a day, whatever. But when it comes to alcohol, I don't know my limits. But because I've got all these other strict things in place, I can ease the reins. But because I've got into that habit, but also I haven't just started doing that.
Your metabolism also allows you to do that. Mine does not.
No one knows what I look like at 17 or 18.
No, but
then I quickly like got into really strict patterns and they've just stuck for years.
But exactly. So, but like knowing also that certain things that some people can do, like I can't do that. Like, and I think just shifting that mindset of like, I've got to stop, like not to put like, anyone out of business, but like following these fitness influences where like we don't have the same genetics.
Well, most of them are on the bloody Ozempic anyways. It's all coming out on the BBLs.
But like, all that does is like stop you from eating as such. So like, but like, I mean, this is what I mean about the mindful language.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it that's a whole like different.
That's a whole different thing. And I don't know anything about it to comment.
No, but like I feel like we exercise too much for that to be a thing. Like I'd get on the treadmill and
faint.
Fall off.
Yeah, exactly. I'd literally faint.
No, but also another thing as well is. So my journey started like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was up in Manchester, I think like that was actually probably the biggest I ever was up in Manchester. Everything's just like so accessible up there. And like, I think I was just taking advantage of that. But then...
Or what, like a little takeaway? And okay, right.
Going out all the time. And like also in the job that we do, like you have like events during the week that involve like
and there's no routine.
Exactly.
So you're eating at all different times.
And I think up in Manchester, I found this class called Tribe and like...
Oh my God, I remember you vlogging that.
I used to be obsessed with it. And I think if you know in your heart of hearts, like, you know, you're not going to take yourself to like the gym and like do the stuff that you need to do, finding a class that like... I actually was really excited to go every week. Like the music was fun. It was like UV lights. I was like, yes, like it's just pumping in there. Like, I love it. Yeah. You build like a community of people. And also in this industry, it can be quite lonely. I was like, I may make friends here. Like, like that sort of stuff. And that just like changed the game for me. And I'll always say that I think finding a class that gets me up and like, also I feel like as well as if you cancel the class, like you're going to get charged. I don't want to let anyone down. Like it gets me up and out and doing something. And it feels like really good. So like when I moved to Surrey, the main thing was like, oh my God, like I need to find a class immediately.
Right.
That's like the same. And like, again, I always like thank my Blaze instructor because I'm like,
you're a Blaze girly, aren't you?
Running, weights and boxing. Oh my God. Beating the absolute crap out of a boxing bag on a Monday. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
No therapy like it. And they always shout as well, like, imagine, it's actually okay.
Okay, fine.
Like in the gloves that I wear, they don't actually touch.
Fine,
so it's
fine.
It's okay. There's no excuses. We can go.
Yeah, how come? Right.
Yeah, look at that.
Anyways, we've got this fish bowl. I really want to upgrade the bowl, but do you want to take a question out? You have to answer
are these questions?
Yeah, but I don't know any of them.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sometimes I help answer, sometimes I don't.
Okay. Oh my frick. Okay. Have I ever been caught in the act and who caught me?
Ooh, perfect. That's where this pod's going, is it? Brilliant.
In the full-on act, no.
Okay.
But, oh my God, I'd actually kind of erased this from my memory and it's just brought it back. But like one time when I was like...
younger.
Yeah, like maybe, because it was at my own... party.
Nice, you.
Like, I just think someone walked in on something that was like happening, and then I just sat up. I was like, "Hello, hello," and they're like, "Everything all right in there?" I was like, "Yeah, just having a conversation,
just a little chitty
just
chat,
a little chitty,
very intimate,
chatty with my kitty catty." That was all.
Oh my God! When I was like 14 or 15, I used to go to Portugal on holiday, and me and my cousins went on a night out, and I found this boy, and he looked slightly like Justin Bieber at the time, and I was like, he was holding me, and we were pure snogging in this great little bar in Portugal. My granddad topped me on my shoulder, and he was like, "Time to go home." I was like, "Okay, bye."
Oh no! Does that mean it's the act? Like, oh God,
no, I'm not exposing really rude things.
Oh, okay, not like that. No, I was just trying to say, like,
no.
Oh, I feel like it always happened at like my own house parties, like during school, like just like kissing. Or,
I feel like school parties were really rude.
I think my parents would actually love to see me kissing someone like these days. Like they're getting a bit concerned.
Really?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Don't have to do that.
I'm really, really not rushing. I don't actually find men attractive at all these days.
What's going on with dating? Is it why?
No. Do you know what? I saw a TikTok and it...
Not that you have to, by the way.
No, I saw a TikTok that really... You know, sometimes when people just say things that like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how to verbalize that, but like that is it.
Right.
This woman made a TikTok being like, men are just not attractive anymore. Like, take away from them all of the things that us as women are like conditioned to find attractive, like wanting to provide for me, like all of this, like, you know, lots of money, like whatever.
Yeah.
You've actually got to like them as a person.
Yeah.
And I actually don't think a lot of men actually really like themselves. As women, we love a self-care day, like always like we just want to glow up, be the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
They don't really have that. I mean, I'm not going to generalize and say, oh men. I know, because some do. Like obviously some do. Some like love a self-care day.
That's so true.
But some don't. And if they don't even like themselves, how can you expect to like really like them and like find who they are like actually like attractive as a person? I'm actually every time I meet a guy, I'm more concerned and worried about like them. No, more so like of all of the bad things. Like, oh my God, is he gonna like, I don't know, like spike my drink or like something like that sort of thing.
God, really
rather than it being like, oh my God, like you're amazing. Like my mind goes like there.
That's
first.
good though.
Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? Until like I actually look at you and I'm completely blown away by everything. Like I'm really just not focused on that.
But that's when you find someone when you're not looking for someone, they just pop up out of nowhere.
Well,
sometimes
okay.
in a different country.
If anyone's ready to pop out of nowhere, let me know.
You love to travel. You love a holiday, I feel. You've been a few places recently.
I do.
France, Coachella. What's been going on? What's new?
Missed you at Coachella, by the way.
I know.
So sad.
Girls at work. How was?
No, do you know what? It was really good, but I was like, well, there was only like a few of us UK girlies there. It was a lot of the Aussie girls, so it was like a totally different vibe from the year before. But no, it was in France with Amazon. But that was such a different vibe of a trip.
Yeah,
like,
how was that?
It wasn't like a influencer trip. It was like a really knowledgeable trip. Like I basically was at like a university campus, like learning how to utilize Amazon, and then Chuck Bass turned up.
No way! I love Chuck Bass.
Like he was like the guest speaker. Exactly. Like just talking to us about his like just I don't know,
using Amazon.
Not necessarily that, but just like entrepreneur vibes. And also he kind of counts as like an influencer. I feel like they bought him because we grew up with him.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to see like the path that he's like taken. And like, did you know he was in a band?
I know he's in a band.
Oh, does he sing?
I know Chuck Bass. I don't know if he sings.
But I
think he does. I think he's
the singer. Yeah, he didn't really like disclose. He just said he was in a band.
Vaguely touched. But, did he talk about Gossip Girl at all?
This is the thing. I love when people just acknowledge why they're famous.
Yeah.
I love it.
Same.
Like even the lady that was interviewing him was like, I can't let you leave without asking you to say like the famous Gossip Girl line. And I was thinking like the famous Gossip Girl line. I was like, I don't know what the famous Gossip Girl line is. He didn't even need to be told. He just went, I'm Chuck Bass. I was like, that classic.
Loads of lines. I would have thought it was XOXO.
And I was like, he just knew it. He knows, and he like loved it. He was like, of course, give me.
I love that.
And then he was like, hey, I can still do it. I was like, as if you don't do it like every night.
Yeah. Oh God, and he's so fit. That would have been a good. Do you not?
I'm not sure.
He's Chuck Bass, for fuck's sake.
But I think when I watched Gossip Girl, I always thought I was a Nate.
Nate girly. Yeah. I knew you'd be a Nate girly.
I don't really have like a type. I don't think. In terms of like looks wise.
I thought I did. Actually, I do. Someone check out this man. His name's Emilio something. He's Rosalia's new boyfriend. No, Emilio. He's German. That
is one thing I do know. I don't think that my husband is from
England.
No way.
Mine's not. Look. Fucking fit. Oh my days.
What? Oh. Hello.
He's so handsome, it's a joke. That's my type.
Really?
Me saying that, I literally have a boyfriend.
I was going to say, like, did I read somewhere that you had a boyfriend? Like,
no, I was like trying to think, how do I navigate this?
Does he look like that?
Kind of.
Okay, well, that's good.
He's Portuguese.
Your boyfriend?
And Welsh, yeah.
Interesting flavour mix.
I know. And his accent is mental.
You speak Portuguese, it's like a bit like that, but like
no,
Welsh.
He's the Welshest person
not
ever
even
met.
Portuguese.
But sometimes I'll say like a long word and he has no idea. Or like he doesn't know how to pronounce things. Yeah, it was so too... Ooh, forgot.
Bon dia.
Bon dia.
Boa tarde, boa noite. Yeah, obrigada.
Till tomorrow.
So gel.
Not with him though.
I literally, Portugal was my family destination like throughout my whole
childhood. So was mine. And now I'm going back. I wonder if it's still like as good. I need the sun.
Where did it go today?
I did my hair.
If it's looking like a rat's nest, it's because outside.
Literally same. It's raining.
Not the vibe.
Hate it.
No.
Have you got any more trips coming up?
Just, I've got my friend Sarah, her annual birthday trip to Ibiza.
Yeah, she does a good trip to Ibiza. Who does the itinerary for that? Because it always looks really fun. Does she do it all?
Yeah, I mean, I think our group, like we all have done it enough times to just like know the spots.
Right, where are the spots? Because I think they've changed.
The thing is that luckily as we're all like a bit older, we appreciate like a good dinner and going to bed.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I really, like, that's where I want to spend my money.
Me too.
But I need like, I'll have like we'll do one or two like events. Like I'll say I went to Ant's on like Maybank holiday. That was amazing. Like,
what, literally just gone?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who are you in Ibiza with?
That group, my OG.
You were there?
Yeah, but only just for the weekend.
Really?
And it was like short but sweet, but again, like a nice like mix of things. Like, I feel like you do have to do like one big one. I've only ever been into high once, and it was so overwhelming. I was stone cold sober, and
oh no, thank you.
It was a lot. But it is amazing in there.
When you're like not sober, it's really fun. And like the toilet.
I just wasn't feeling good. I was like, I can't even bring myself to like, I was drinking Red Bull.
No, I went to Pasha like 2 years ago, and you couldn't move. There was no room. I was just stuck in this one space for an hour. I thought, I'm going home.
And if you like that stuff, then it is fun. But I'm at an age where I'm like, I need
claustrophobia, sweating, horrible people being shoved, that's where you should go.
But back in the day, that wasn't me.
Yeah, me too.
I like completely face planted at a festival once, and I was called Mud Girl for like a year.
No way.
Yeah, it's true.
What festival?
Oh God, like Gilfest.
What
like,
the fuck is Gilfest?
Exactly, like a sorry own festival.
Good.
Like not the vibe. But like now I just think like, what's that sound from White Lotus where she's like, I'm too old to like, I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but I know
she like deserves the finer things in life. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't mind paying a little bit more if it means just like having a bit of room to breathe.
I'm so down with that. I'm so down with that. Like I'm more of a, have you been to like tapas in Ibiza?
There's literally a place called Tapas.
Yeah. It's like off the beaten track, but the food is fucking insane. Like the drinks are amazing.
They have amazing food in Ibiza. That's why I'm like, I don't want to waste the day being like rotting.
No.
And I love a day like drinking, let's go for like a gorgeous lunch and then like
I feel like I'm more of a Blue Marlin girl than Ocean Beach now.
And we did Blue Marlin.
Yes.
No, one of my friends was like Ocean Beach, and I went,
no, I'm Blue Marlin over Ocean Beach.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, or even like a little bit of Pikes.
Yes, I have been to Pikes once and I was confused.
It's confusing. It's confusing.
It's a much older crowd.
Oh, it's so
like,
much older.
imagine the mix of like, it's older people, but they're all acting.
Our age.
Yeah.
Or younger.
Or like they're 18.
And there's loads of different rooms from my memory, which is probably a bit shit.
Yeah.
When I was there. But I loved Pikes. No. It was good. But that was expensive. That was expensive.
That's the thing though. I think to actually do like I say that. People make the most of their trips like in Ibiza, and like I see so many people that are just like I came with nothing. And
when I was 19 I went with £150, and then like the director of Hewlett Packard, you know, the printers, I met him on a train. HP, right? HP printers. I met him on a train to Bristol once. I helped him with his luggage. He saw on Facebook that I was in Ibiza. He sent me 250 quid. So I had 400 quid. There for 5 days.
It's all about the people that you know.
I literally helped him with his case, got on there, and he sent me money.
I have a friend, shout out Annie Harrison. Like if anyone is going to get us anywhere, it's her. Like she doesn't have to really like do anything. She just will go somewhere. And like, so when we went to Blue Marlin most recently, you don't really actually have to pay for like anything like to even to get into Blue Marlin. You can just like go. And before I knew it, like I think me and Sarah had like gone to the toilet, like sorting our outfits out, whatever. We were just like, we'll find you in like a minute. Came back out, couldn't see them anywhere. I'm like, is that Annie with the owner of Blue Marlin?
Yes, come on,
behind the DJ, and she's like, come in. I'm like, and there we go.
That's a good friend to have.
You've always got to have like faith. And I was saying this even about like the whole like Kylie Jenner thing. I was like, you do have to be like a little delulu and just like believe like this is gonna happen. Speak it.
Make it till you make it is my word.
And it'll happen. Yeah.
Do it. You've been in the industry for a minute. You're part of like the OG crew. I feel like you, Mads. Hannah and fucking Mads were in the same Maldives resort.
I saw that and I thought, are you guys gonna like hang out?
I never saw them. Like, that's crazy. I think we had a very booked itinerary, but I never saw them.
Maldives, and then I saw them. Like my dream destination.
It is lovely. There's not a lot to do. But that's what I love.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
I loved that.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, going with a boy, like they need to be entertained.
Was it your vacation?
It was vacation.
What a vacation that is.
Yeah, but it's not like a vacation. It wasn't romantic. Like we're not that type of couple. Don't go in May. It's monsoon season. We had a lot of fucking rain.
Well, May has been and done, so I shan't be doing that.
Yeah, okay.
If they reach out and ask me to go, I'll go in July. It's like the journey to get there that puts me off.
It was intense. Yeah, because obviously you go to Dubs and then you go to Mali.
Dublin?
No, Dubai.
Oh. Dublin. You go to Ireland for it's quick stop off a point and then you can go. Yeah, got it.
He was actually in Dublin the whole way.
Yeah, got it.
Then you go to Dubai, that was like, 7-8 hours, get off that flight, then you wait for your next one, then that's 4 hours, and then you have to travel again. And the one that we were in, it wasn't like a seat. We had to go through their internal, internal airport and do an internal flight, another hour and a bit. And it was like, wow, I can't. It was like going to Australia. For a week.
And that was long. You'd have things like Australia and places like that. Like you do obviously I feel like have to stay for over a week to make the most of it.
Oh, 100%.
In terms of travel time. Yeah, but I've got my cat.
You do have your cat.
Too much. But
look after him. You went to Australia just before I went, didn't you?
Yeah, with my sister.
Yeah.
I used to live in Australia.
What?
I've lived many lives.
Yeah. What was going on in Australia?
No, Mum, we just moved there when I was 1 till I was 4 for my dad's work.
Whereabouts?
In Melbourne.
No way.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Where else have you lived? Or just
that's it. And just here, all around Surrey, just in all the different places. Yeah, no, I lived in Australia. So actually when I went, we visited our primary school. But have you heard of Camberwell as a part of Australia or no?
I'm not very
we was in that area, but
right.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, you've been in the industry for a minute. I feel like you've seen all the ebbs and flows, highs and lows. What was it like when you started in the industry versus now?
I feel like starting off, it wasn't as saturated as it is now. But I mean that with not the negative annotation that I'm not saying it's oversaturated, but I mean obviously you could become
just
a content creator overnight these days. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when I started, the big platform was YouTube. And I remember I used to come home from school and watch a Tanya Burr tutorial. I used to be obsessed with doing that. I
remember, yeah.
And all of the MAC eyeshadows that she had, I was like, oh my God, I gotta go buy them. That's what inspired me to I worked at MAC too. So all of that sort of stuff combined. So therefore I just think it was a lot easier to grow back then. It was a lot easier to get noticed back then. It was such a different choice, era.
Do you think?
Were you TikTok didn't exist? So obviously a lot of people now are so solely TikTok influencers and creators, and then they try and dabble into YouTube. Whereas back then it was YouTube was the platform. Instagram was just kind of your little thing on the side. Instagram was the place. I don't know if you remember the era of being a makeup influencer. I would be hashtagging Anastasia Beverly Hills and hope for a repost. Reposted on her Instagram. That was the days of if Huda Beauty,
I was going to say Huda Beauty.
They still do repost, and I love that for her. She stayed consistent with that element of showing support to the people that are trying. But that was the era, and oh my God,
that's such a good era.
Oh my God, I've just remembered something.
What?
Oh my God. One of my biggest achievements up until today was that Kylie Jenner liked my Instagram post.
Oh, really?
We have been connected.
She must know who you are.
It's because I did a side by side. My biggest thing back in the day was doing inspired makeup looks. That's actually what really blew up my YouTube.
Right.
And it was literally only the second video that I did, and I think it was an Ariana Grande inspired.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that was the thing back then. That's what you went and watched videos for. I watched her music video. I think it was with The Weeknd, and I remember looking at it thinking, her makeup looks amazing. People are going to want to be searching
how to do it.
So let me do an
that's clever though.
To do right? That. And that was kind of my main bag of doing things like that. And I did a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look, and I remember the day that she liked my picture, and my phone was on the sofa, and I saw the notification, and I was like, Mum, Kylie Jenner has just liked my Instagram. She's like, right, don't panic. It's all going to be okay. But that, obviously back then, and it still is, it was
no, that's massive.
On Instagram as well.
Was that in her King Kylie era?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking cool.
I think she is making the older.
She's coming back.
She's she's
got less filler and less eyeliner. Yeah, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, back then that was more of the thing. I'm lucky to have started in an industry that I don't think will ever really expire.
Makeup's not going anywhere.
No, but in terms of the type of content and things like that, I feel that's what's been evolving and things like that. But I do think now, compared to before, people just get invested in who you are as a person. They want to feel connected to you. And like, that's why a lot of people like, yes, they do their makeup stuff like on TikTok, but then they use YouTube as the outlet to actually like be themselves and like do vlogs and things like that. But it can be a lot to like vlog like every week of like your life and like still like feel like yourself. But then again, I also think it's weird, like the vlogs that I do, I feel like nothing's really going on this week. Like I'm really like boring, just like sat at home.
But those are the ones people love because it's like a FaceTime, isn't it?
Because I also think
I always watch your vlogs.
Thank you.
Always. I have for years.
A lot of people say that and it makes me feel so old. I'm like, damn it, I really have been like around for ages. But I think, yeah, and I think as well, I don't really, what am I trying to say? I think I was literally just talking to my manager about this, sort of saying like, I've always known like YouTube is where my heart is. Like I
was going to ask you, what's your favorite platform?
Yeah, like I love sitting down and like just chatting, and like the community that I've built like over the years, I've been very lucky. Obviously we as creators like look at things like insights and demographics, and my age group that's always been like the biggest percentage of for me has always remained like within my age, and like that makes me feel good.
They're growing with you.
Yeah, that makes me feel good knowing that like my audience is growing with me. I don't really have to tailor it to like anyone else, because it's not like my stats say that like 60% of my audience are people like under 18 or like something like that, or like, you know, but like watching makeup to like, do you know what I mean? Like in terms of like an audience like that, or like for some reason, like if I had like a really old audience or something. It's very important that you do have to tailor your content knowing the age group that you have, because it will determine certain things.
Well, I think you're lucky to have
an influencer. Yeah, like I hate that term because like the thought of me influencing anyone is terrifying.
Scary.
But you do have to be very mindful of things like that. And I feel like it's the people that aren't necessarily, they're the ones that are all just, but like, that's why I've always thought like I feel so grateful that my audience is, number one, stuck with me for so long.
Yeah.
Stuck with me for so long, but like also they've stayed my age. So therefore,
it's all shared experiences.
Shared experiences. The stuff that I want to talk about, I feel like they also want to talk about. And as much as I am a creator, I consume so much content.
Same.
So when it comes to creating my own, or like the questions I want to ask and like things like that, I feel like I get a lot of praise for it, in the sense of like, I feel like I know
you're plugged in.
People want to hear and want to see, because it's what I want to know and I want to see.
I
don't know if that sounds like, I'm trying not to sound like really like egotistical.
No, but it's your job.
It's true. Like,
and I think a big part of our job is being in the know and knowing like what's going on. I feel like if you have your head in the sand and you don't know what's going on, then like people won't gel as much.
No, and
there's less to share with a critic, because obviously you don't speak.
And I think it's the same as you. I feel like you've remained like hungover, in touch, unfiltered, but like relatable. It's such a shame, because I think so many creators like blow up and it's not their fault. Like they have a viral video and it explodes them to everyone, and then they're discovered by everyone, and then their like core audience feels almost like a sense of betrayal, like, oh my God, our little secret, like they've been exposed, and then they get given all of these opportunities, and before you know it, they're like on every advert doing like everything. And then they kind of lose the audience, because they're like, well,
this whole new thing,
she's gone now, like they've gone now.
She's gone now.
So like, as much as like I think people want that to happen to them, and it's very easy these days, like I think that's like the difference between now and then. It's like these days now, like things like that, like they really can happen. But like no one teaches you like really the best way to react to that. It's quite scary.
No, but I do think there's less and less like niceness on social media these days. Even going back to when I left Love Island, I was trolled, but people were kind of nice. This year, people fucking hate social media. They're mean.
Well, do you know what?
They're vicious.
It's funny that you say that, because like going back to like the first question that you asked me and things like that, like I feel like everyone is telling me best I've like ever looked and like, or whatever, which that's a massive compliment. Like, thank you so much. I always had myself down as like someone really like mentally strong, like all of this. I am probably in like the least confident era of my life.
Oh, say
like
there's something in the water this year.
No,
I swear.
Like the comments I know are like mean well. Like they're literally saying like, you look amazing. We know the journey you've been on. This is actually everything that I've asked for. Like I say this to myself, like, Rachel, this is what you've wanted like this whole time. But if I think back to how confident I was like 2 years ago, probably like getting with the most people I ever was, like just like really like backed myself. And it's like, oh, like these comments are making me think like, should I not have been so confident back then? If this right now, it's like, wow, girl, this is it. Or when it's like, don't know what it is about you recently, but like, this is your time. And I'm like,
so it wasn't
number one, the pressure that comes with that of like saying like, this is what now, be amazing. And now I'm like, damn, like I feel like 2 years ago, like even a year ago, like I was like really like back myself and I'm like, oh my God, should I not have been? Like, God, how bad was I before? Like all of this. And it's like all of these things that like, I have never like second, like guessed myself. I suddenly am. And I'm like, why is that? Like, I feel like anyone that's undergone like a weight loss journey or like any sort of transformation doesn't talk about enough the backhandedness of it all. Of like I've had so many people that probably like a year ago, I'm talking about like men specifically, didn't give me the time of day.
Men are fucking trash.
Like fancied all of my friends. I was just like the funny big friend.
Now they're in your DMs.
Now suddenly it's like, hey, I'm like, I see straight through it. Like, and it's annoying because I feel like it's infiltrating into my dating life at the moment.
Okay.
In the sense of, it's only a therapy session. In the sense of,
that's what we do.
Like, now if any guy comes up to me, bear in mind, they didn't know me 2 years ago. They've seen me across the bar 10 seconds ago and they come and start speaking to me. I'm suddenly like, you're only speaking to me now because I look better now and I just didn't before. And it's like, they don't even know me. And like, why am I so defensive? Like my friends are like, you need to like get a grip, but also like understand. But like, yeah, I'm in a funny place at the moment of being like, I need to embrace the new vibes of it all.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because I'm always like, I've always backed myself. Like I always knew that I was great and like all of this. And it's like, why now that like, it's just society these days.
No, I don't think it's just you. I genuinely think there's something in the fucking water. Like me and Mill was talking about it. We used to be Snapchat whores. We loved posting on Snapchat. We'd post like 40 times a day. I don't want to post. I don't want anyone to know what I'm doing. I don't want anyone to see me.
I can't post anything at the moment without it being about like my body or like anything like that. And I'm like, I was like, but I've been on this journey for like
a work, babe.
Yeah, like I've been on this journey for like a while now. But like, and like the thing is that like I do appreciate like all of the comments. I really do, and I know because a lot of it is from my like OG cult following, and I know that like that they mean well. Like of course they do, but like I hadn't realized how much I like might internalize things like that, and it is like a really strange feeling.
Life is weird, man.
No,
life is weird. You're obviously anti-men ATM, which is fine.
Not intentionally, but like, sure.
Let's delve a little bit into relationship. This isn't therapy now. We want to know like red flags and green flags. What do you have, me?
I think I actually said this on my date with Castillo that I went on.
Oh my God, yeah, I saw that.
No, like
mental.
No, that was the best day. Like it was actually like so good. Even he said so. It was like best day. I was like, thank you. No, but in terms of like conversation, we actually, I think like we surprised each other of how much like we had a good convo.
Yeah.
But I said like, obviously there's so many red flags, like whatever. But a big one for me is if they haven't grown up with any sisters or like any sort of like
really
female influence to like watch firsthand what it looks like for a woman to be mistreated by like a man and them actually learn to be like, oh, like she's devastated, like she's sad. Like I feel like that helps them develop emotional intelligence when it comes to like dealing with women. So obviously I know people can't help who their family are, but it's a little amber flag that goes off from like like you haven't grown up with like, but also maybe some guys' sisters are like not even nice, like do you know what I mean? But like I mean just it's all circumstantial, but I do think if they're from like a family of brothers, I'm like
tough gig that one.
Maybe not. And green flags,
I like someone who understands when I'm hungover that I'm not me.
But don't you just think like, so therefore, biggest green flag is someone that takes initiative. It's my biggest thing. Like I think everyone in life just wants to be understood. No one wants to have to tell someone how to treat them, or like, you know, if I say like, oh my God, I've got like the worst period pains, so sad. Like, I don't want to have to tell you to like, okay, before I get home, like maybe you could just like alleviate some like mess for me, or like something. I'm telling you, I'm having like a bad day. Like no one wants to have to like train someone just to have like that like, you know, initiative to do that. But like, I think even that having initiative is just like, like even when your friends don't have initiatives, I'm like, hello, like why?
I
like,
hate
get
that.
it. I think that's
in any person.
Well, it shows emotional intelligence.
Yeah,
which is a massive green flag in a relationship anyway. It shows that they care. Like I just think, initiative and like not being told to be like how bottom of the barrel is that? My greenest flag is when they don't have to be told to do something like that should just be.
But that speaks like that's what's going on in the landscape. Like is dating scary?
It is.
I did 2 years of hell and I'm so do not miss the trenches.
No, and that's why I just think like, and I think luckily that's a quality that can be shown quite early. Early on. So I think for me, I need to see that from you. Like,
no, straight away. I think you can tell that. It's like in a group setting or
even like you just remember something from a conversation that we had like 2 weeks ago.
That's polite. It's really
God,
polite.
but isn't that just like the bar is low?
Or
just
like,
remember.
Yeah.
Just have a memory.
Yeah. Or if I've had a really long day, don't you fucking talk about one of your problems. I don't care.
No.
I don't want to talk about mine.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to don't need solutions and like things to be mansplained to me. I just need like comfort. I think green flag is like when they lean also like into their femininity a bit in the sense of like, don't think, why is it like you're not any less of a man if you do a face mask with me?
Oh my God, I love face mask time. It's so fun.
They love it. They love it really.
No,
like,
they love it. And they love reality TV.
Yeah.
Oh, they love it.
I hate it when off the bat they're like, that's so stupid. It's like,
no, that's toxic.
Yeah. Like just let like actually be open to like learning something new and it doesn't like
because I'll watch a 2-hour fucking adventure film with a face mask on. It's compromise.
It's just like time together. I think it's nice.
Is that your love language?
I think I'm learning what mine is. I know mine for other people is like acts of service and just like doing, I say it's not really physical touch and I think it's just acts of service. Like I think I take initiative really well. I always think I'd be a really good PA. Like I really think I can take like, I'm not being that for my man. But I mean like in life, I just think like I can take the initiative. I can preempt things or like just I'm good at sort of stuff. And I just think I'm just quite like a caring person in that way. And that's the way I want to do it. Like I'll show you that I'm listening.
Would you want that back then?
Yes, I think. And like I didn't really think that was a thing because like sometimes I'm just like, let me do it. Like I want to do it. Like blah, blah, blah. But actually I do like it when people do that. But also I think I forgot what the others are, but I think words of affirmation.
Mine, I do gifts. Like I do that, but like I can't have a conversation about my feelings to save my life. I can't give you words of affirmation.
No,
I should go to therapy about that, but like I just physically can't.
Oh my gosh.
Like when my boyfriend wants to have a serious chat, I'm like, I just start laughing.
Yeah, no,
it's a waste of time.
I can be a bit like that too. I don't really know like where that necessarily stems from, but like I think I'd just rather show it in like different ways. I think.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do acts of service for someone.
No, but like but I'll be the person that like the annoying thing is that like what things that like I see that people get done for them, like that's what I would do for others. Like, you know, like the balloons in like the hotel room and like things like that. Or like, but I do that for like my friends' birthdays and stuff. Like I love.
You're just that type of person.
But
that's a good thing.
So I need to find someone that's the same.
No, because you're doing it all. So
but I want
to
it.
give you the other. Oh, you want it now.
I think I want it.
Okay,
this 10 seconds conversation is like, no,
you
I
want it now.
it.
Okay, right. Next one is who is your celebrity crush? And you've got 60 seconds to shoot your shot. Look at the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, that's an intense one.
I feel like there's a few, like, do I talk maybe like someone who's like obtainable or maybe who's not?
One and the other.
Okay. Actually, maybe let's do a mix of both because I don't really know what the situation is. I'm so sorry if they have a wife I don't know. I think we have to acknowledge Skepta and the face card is just tea and
beautiful, like, man.
He just has an aura that I'm like,
right, you have to shoot your shot now.
But what the hell am I saying?
I don't think he's married, so don't worry about that.
Skepta, if you're watching Chloe versus the World,
he loves it.
Yeah. Just wanted to acknowledge your lethal face card and your heavenly aura. And like I just think, wow.
You're a great guy.
Give me the chance. I'll rock your sock.
There we go. And that was 20 seconds. I feel like he'd love that.
I think so.
Do you think he knows he's gorgeous?
But he just like, he dabbles in like a bit of everything.
I know, he just released a house tune with like, Sammy Virgin.
Suddenly he drops like music that I'm like, yes, this is sexy. But then suddenly he's like in Vogue looking suave, and I'm like, oh, a gentleman and not so gentleman. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like a little.
I feel like he's the UK's A$AP Rocky.
Yeah,
I think A$AP Rocky is more beautiful.
I think A$AP Rocky's more like openly a bit of a lover boy, so much so that I think, I don't know if it's like a bit of a like for show, but I get the vibes that Skepta is like a Care Bear on the inside. That's just what I hope and dream.
I think
like
he might be.
Inside.
Jay and me like loves it. That's his brother, loves his wife, and Julie's an absolute treat. So the apple doesn't fall far.
Yeah, I see it. And also I feel like a big part of that is also like sometimes, you know, videos get posted of like fan interactions. Like he just seems like he's like fun and
like a nice man.
Yeah, he's always with someone's auntie, someone. I'm like, that's so nice.
Right.
I love that.
Question. What is the worst date you've ever been on? Are you like a dater?
No, I was literally going to say like, oh gosh, in terms of dates, I don't know. Sorry, I feel like I just like pulled a bogey out my eye, and if that's like across my face,
I didn't see that. We can cut that bit out.
No, forgive myself. Worst date. Maybe like I think of a couple. I think one is maybe actually the most recent date I went on, but like even that was like a year ago.
Oh, really?
And like it was our second date, his idea, and then it came to like paying, which I'm totally like, I don't really mind. Like, you want to split, you want to do whatever. But he was like sat, it was more just like the awkwardness of it all. He was like sat there being like, sorry, I've just got to like transfer myself some like money from someone. You know, when you're there like, oh my God, like, I felt really terrible. I was like,
that's really awkward.
Oh my God, we did not have to go on this date. Like if like, you know,
you're transferring.
Yeah. Or like you didn't like preempt it or like anything like that. And then I was at the point where I was like a bit tipsy. I was like, don't even, like I'll pay. And then when I got home, I sort of was like, was he having me on? I was like, was that just like a little like excuse so like I pay for it? But like, I mean, I don't really mind. But
where did you go somewhere nice? Like a dinner?
Not like yeah, I think we went to play like, it's like one word, but it's like Crazy Golf, and it's like in near Bank. I don't know.
What is that called? Can't remember.
But then we had like
Swingers.
No.
Oh,
I don't think it was that.
Oh,
because I think I would remember that. But then also another date that was terrible was he was really hungover the night before, and he was like, I was like, we don't have to do this today. Like if you don't want to, and he's like, no, like I really want to. I was like, okay. And I think it was like no, it wasn't during lockdown. Sorry, it was like we'd been talking during, and then when it became time that you could like start hanging out again, that's when we did, and I could just tell that like clearly it was a first date as well. And like, you know, when you sort of see someone and like, okay, the pictures were old. I was like, okay, old pictures. Ooh, not so sure about that. But I think as women, we'd had such good chat that I like justified it. I was like, do you know
you're okay with that?
I'm going to give him a chance. It's fine. And then it was, now I'm starting to realize that like, I definitely don't like sit down dinners as a first date, because we were sat and like the table was massive. There was no chance. Because you know, like sometimes, okay, maybe someone physically like hasn't grabbed your attention like initially, but they're like super touchy and affectionate, really confident with themselves. I'm like, that's attractive. Like I like that side. So it gave us no opportunity for that, because we were sat at this dinner table. So I'm like, right, already not thinking that you're fit. Not as fit as I thought.
Yeah.
Second of all, we're literally at an interview, like this table is big, okay? And like we're opposite sides of the table. He told me he was hungover. He ordered like a pint for himself and a bottle of wine for me. And I thought,
good date.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. And it was like Mexican food as well. So I was like, ooh. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
big shit.
Yeah, whatever. And if you know me, that's pending.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then literally, and then it was so strange. I'm not going to disclose what I thought he did, but I'm sure you can guess. Came to the end of the day. He was clearly lagging.
Yeah.
Went to the loo.
Oh no.
And came back. And suddenly was alert and alive. God. And he's like, let's go to Albert Schloss. I'm thinking, oh my God.
He's insane.
Yeah. And then he bought me, like, I kid you not, 6 porn star martinis in Albert Schloss. So every time he went up, there was a round of 2. And then he had to rush off because he had to get the last train home. So like there was no chance for like anything like, or like to like kiss or like, and like to see this, like that spark. Not that I even really wanted to anyway, but like it was just so weird. He came, got absolutely rash and then darted. And then I got home and was sick.
At least you got it all out.
Yeah, and then he texted me and said that was the best first date I've ever had. And I thought,
you're weird. You are really weird.
Oh, I shan't be seeing you again.
Yeah, never again.
Yeah, never again. But
hope you don't feel so awful tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That is a bad day. That's a bad day. Yeah, actually.
But at the time, it wasn't bad. But I was thinking, like, what the hell is going on?
That's really
that my nose. Don't look.
No, I didn't. Don't worry. Well, that shit. I actually think that in real life dating, like going to events and stuff, is really fun.
Like dating event?
Like speed dating. You should do it.
Speed dating?
I did it for a show, but I went to like different things, and I am the biggest advocate. It's so much fun. Take a friend, and like you're only sat with this person for 4 minutes, and if you go to a good one, they like curate the group so everyone's like the same vibe, and there's loads of fitties there. Like it's so much fun.
I do think I need to do more stuff like that, because especially in the industry I'm in, where it's all makeup events and things like that, like the chances that I meet like straight men are quite slim unless I was to like go to things like that.
There's not many like things that you can
unless
go
I'm
to.
just meeting them in their house for the weekend. Do you know what I mean?
I say go on holiday. No, oh no.
Exactly.
Been there, done that. I'm never fucking going back. Right. People knew that you were coming on. I feel like you are kind of like a big sister vibe.
Okay.
Would you say you're quite good at like being open? Honest?
I am.
We've got some dilemmas.
Okay.
We want your advice. First up, we have a match with a guy on a dating app, get off dating apps. Insane chemistry, been talking every day. Show my mum a picture of him and she casually goes, "That's your second cousin's stepbrother. We're not technically related."
Second cousin's
stepbrother.
No, you're not related at all.
So go for it.
Well, on paper, to say that they're your second cousin's stepbrother is slightly bizarre.
Yeah, like that's a lot of information.
But I don't even think you need to say that. No one needs to know that. They're so not on your family.
But the wedding will be quite small. There'll only be one side of family. No, like if they do get married.
Second, because who's your second cousin?
I don't even know them that they live in Burnley.
No, but like,
and their stepbrother.
Who? But like, how do you have a second cousin?
It's your parents' cousins.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was your cousin.
It's a mum's cousin. Stepbrother.
Yeah, who the hell is that to you?
I think
really?
If it was just your mum's cousin, that would be fucking weird.
That's not even close to home.
No.
That's actually like definitely a couple streets down. Like that's all right.
I'd say that's fine.
But
there are other
only
people.
If there's really like no one.
Yeah, it's like a last resort.
If you're like set, that is my soulmate, then fine.
That's okay. But I would say
there's no blood connection there.
No.
Slightly concerning. How did the paths cross? I need to know the paths cross. There's a lot that goes into that. Like, how did the paths cross? Like, does I think I'd need to know like my mum's
family barbecue. Yeah, what's your mum thinking? Casually says that's my cousin's fucking stepbrother.
I thought your second cousin was your cousin's child.
No, isn't that my second niece? How are we related to anyone these days? Also, who made all these fucking rules?
Someone who shares the same grandparents of you, but not the same grandparents. Great answer. How's that make sense?
What?
Someone who shares shares the same great grandparents. So it.
Bro, this is not the day.
I get it.
Use my brain.
It's so complex. I think you're in the clear. I think you're in the clear.
I think there's not even a graph to show you.
That's fine.
Okay, fine. That's okay. Right, next one. My flatmate never replaces a toilet roll, doesn't even clean the shower, and leaves fake tan stains on my towel.
What does it mean?
She says she's just messy, not dirty. We're friends, but I'm close to moving out or setting the bathroom on fire.
I always think
I'm dirty.
But if I verbalize to someone one time at a stretch too, I don't like that. Let's sort that out. And you continue to do it. That is just you telling me that you don't actually respect me at all. And it's not. If someone keeps you keep saying like, can you just not do that? And they're like, yeah, no, it's fine. And you do it again.
But then you've got to think, are you not doing anything? Because why do I clean up after them? She might be really messy, yeah. But this other girl might be on the phone.
You're coming from a messy perspective. You're like, I'm the messy one. Me and Millie are
messy. Like she could bollock me for fake tan things on a toilet, and I could bollock her for not putting stuff in the dishwasher. But we're both like, you do that, I do that. I don't care. We're both like messy and dirty in different ways. So is this person innocent?
That's what I'm saying. So like, maybe you need to like come up with a system.
Yes.
And if you've tried to do that and this is still happening and it's actually just like, okay, like you've tried all avenues.
Yeah.
I just think it leads like a plethora of like different things. Because subconsciously to her, if you've told her like twice now or like however many times, don't do that, and she still does it, and you're just like letting it slide. I just think for so many people, like even though you don't necessarily associate it with something like really bad, subconsciously they're like, she don't mind. She doesn't mind. She doesn't care about that. So she, like, do you know what I mean? I just think sometimes if you allow too much, like that's when
they just take the piss out of you. Full stop.
Yeah, and I just think boundaries are important. And like I know it's about fake tan on the toilet, but if you've said like more than once, can you make sure that you like clean that? And it's just a constant thing.
Well, so why is she using your towel?
Yeah, it's a shared space. It's like you don't respect me or my space. That's what that tells me.
And it might be an age thing. Like maybe it's their first time living on their own as well.
But I will say, like, I am a culprit of fake tan on the toilet.
Oh yeah, I mean mine's pink. My toilet's actually
every flat
pink.
I've lived in, I've had to replace the toilet.
Yeah, me too. I don't give a fuck. Make them pink.
It's when you sit down and you get up and it's like
it's just
a little pink right now, and then as you keep sitting down every week, it progressively gets.
And I like to take my fake tan off in the bath, and then obviously I let all the water off, and then it's just like fake tan, all an old fake
in the bath.
I know. My boyfriend saw it and he was like, have you been rolling around in mud? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, there's sand in the bath.
It's like run off you, like in the shower.
No, then I shower afterwards. But if you've got I wear a lot of fake tan.
Yeah, but same.
And you have to get in there.
Oh, sorry, you mean taking it off?
Take it off.
I thought you meant like you've applied it, it's the next morning, and you're going to sit in the bath and let it like soak off you. I'm like, you must be sat in water, like brown, and you're just like saturating yourself in it. I was like, Chloe, even for you, I'd cut that out because that is concerning.
No, I mean, I probably have done that once or twice.
Oh, yeah, no. Let it soak and scrub. I see. Sorry, misunderstood, because I was starting to be like, oh, my God.
I do a lot of dirty shit, not that one.
No.
Right, next one. I am always the one making plans in the group chat, and if I don't say anything, no one checks in. When I do suggest stuff, they're all busy, but still go out of each other. I feel like I'm the type, your friends hate you.
Yeah.
They literally hate you.
Or just, it's them trying to tell you like,
we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, like, or like it's just, they don't want to hang out with you. I think the older you get though, there's so many things where it's like if you didn't put the effort in, like let's just see like what happens. But I think when you get older, that's really important to do, because the older you get, like, you don't want people around you that aren't necessarily like wanting to hang out. I feel like a lot of my friends at the moment are the ones I've made later in life, and I don't know why I always like told myself like, oh, just because we've like been friends since school or something, like we have to stay friends. Like, you can outgrow.
You do.
People, like different things happen that can just change you in ways, like, and that's okay.
I also really, do you know those TikToks where it's like when you come to a certain age, it's like, oh, should we go for dinner? It's like, yeah, in a month.
Yeah.
That's me now.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I think an important quality in your friends to have is just friends that understand. Like the older you get, like you just need people around you that understand.
And if I don't reply for 2 days and then all of a sudden I'm on my phone, that's okay.
And especially if you know nothing's happened between us, there's no problem.
No.
Like, there's absolutely no problem. Like let's not create something here. Like,
do you think you're more confrontational as you get older if you don't like something?
Confrontational? I feel like I've always been quite cutthroat with things. Like if something doesn't serve me, I'm like, I'm not putting up with it. I don't need to. I'm so self-sufficient with myself, and like, well, I was like just so sure. I don't know, I am like sure of myself that like anything that makes me feel like uncomfortable or like upset, I just think like I don't have to put up with that. Like it is okay to like say goodbye to the things that like don't.
Yeah, you did TikTok about cutting people off, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily directed like at anyone. Like I'm sure there might be a few people watching this that the shoe fits, and like, okay,
that's not your problem.
Fine. Like if the shoe fits, sure. I just thought it was like such a relationship, relatable sound, and like not necessarily even when it comes to people. Like I can't remember what the sound of. It's just like stopped hanging out with people that don't make me feel good.
Yeah.
But you could, like, it's not even like about people. Literally, like the last 6 months, I just think anything that like hasn't made me feel good, I just told myself like, I don't need that like in my life. And I just feel like what a difference it makes. And you had a question that was like, that I'd seen, and it was about like relationship advice or something. And I just think kind of ties in like with this, because friendships, relationships, like whatever, like in terms of advice with that, and I feel like I also do get like asked about relationship advice and stuff. And I just think like honesty is like the biggest thing, like between you and friends, between you and your partner, to have like honest and open communication, but like also getting into anything, being like honest with yourself. Like, do I actually really want that? Like, do I like, even with work and things like that, like just being like honest with yourself. Like so many people, if they just been like honest with themselves, or like honest with their friends, or like honest with their partners, like these things like wouldn't have happened. And also I think a big thing is to trust your body, and like how a person or a situation, like how does your body react to that? Because if you're having like you're not sure like really what's going on, but like having like friendship issues and stuff, and like you're constantly anxious, you can't sleep, like you're having really bad sleep, you're like really bloated, like really anxious, like your body, like your body tells you when something is like not good for you. Like that's like what your body does. And I think that is so applicable to like relationships and like friendships and just like anything in life. Like even like too much exercise, if your body is like you're in pain and stuff,
have a day off.
Literally, like your body tells you so much. And like that's why I think over the last 6 months as well, I really prioritized my body, and like not necessarily from like an external, like just like in general, and like because I feel like so many things like can like trigger upsets in your body. Like even when I'm anxious, like I like leave the house and suddenly I've got to go to the loo, and I'm like, why am I so anxious?
That is me all day, every day. Somebody's got to give.
But it's true.
I think it's work. I don't want to work anymore.
No, but it's true. Like your body tells you a lot, and that's why like our bodies are temples. I know we don't always see it for the first like 30 years of our life, but like they are.
And it's your type of temple. Yeah. It's not a holy temple.
Yeah.
Like my body's temple, and she loves tequila.
It's a tequila temple. Yeah, I understand.
Right, closing thoughts. What have you got coming up that people can look out for? What's fun?
Oh, I just feel like this is going to be like the best summer for me. Like, and I feel like it is going to be for everyone. I've just got good vibes about this summer. I can't necessarily think of like specifics in terms of like
something's in the air,
work things and stuff, but I just think this summer and like the rest of this year, if I like continue with I know I said like I was like I'm the least confident I've ever been, but I still feel like in other aspects in a good mental space in terms of just like that direction of work and like my audience and like the content that I want to do. I feel good in that aspect. So I don't really know like what's necessarily to come, but I just have good vibes. And if today has taught me anything, it's like you have to actually verbalize the things that you want. And like people get funny about like manifestation, and I'm not a big manifester like at all. Like I'm not sat at home with my cards and like doing all of that stuff. But I just think this summer is giving like lucky girl syndrome. I'm just going to say that. Like,
I love that.
I don't know what that means.
At least you're in a position like you kind of know what you want, and you're like a good
whether that's in my career or just getting in the VIP table in Ibiza, like it's happening for me.
Good, I love that for you. Yeah. I hope that happens to me too.
Yeah, but
all the VIP tables.
But don't you just have like good... It's a good energy, I think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I feel like this wasn't my year.
No.
Good.
I'm going to radiate some.
I'm tired.
I'm going to know, but why? Don't you just think it's all leading to like a bigger thing?
Do you remember that thing? Is it called Moldavite or that rock? And people would like, it's a crystal, and they would get it and it'll fuck all your shit up, and then it would be good. Someone's put that in my drink, I think.
I always, like I saw a quote, and I'm not really like a religious person, but someone always said, or like I read somewhere that like God doesn't put, like, what is that? There's me trying to be like really like
his biggest battles to his strongest soldier.
No, it's more like you're never guys, I'm really trying here.
It's a religious quote.
No, but it was something about you're never given too much that you can't handle. Like you can handle it, but maybe for you it's like your boyfriend's about to win the lottery and then you won't have to work.
Oh, please go and buy a fucking ticket today.
Yeah, like it's like the lucky vibes. I feel like I'll give you some of my like energy.
Thank you so much. Right, on that note, where can people find you if they don't follow you already? Plug your stuff.
I feel like I want to plug my YouTube the most. Like that's where the community is. Come join the YouTube channel. I'm just Rach Leary on YouTube. Or if you want to pop off from TikTok, like let's just like
join Kylie Jenner.
I say my TikTok's like, even in my bio, it's like, it's just for fun on there. Okay. Like it's just for fun. YouTube's where it's at and we can like talk. I feel like YouTube will have its like comeback moment.
I think that too.
And you'll regret like not joining in the first place.
I can actually vouch. I've watched Rach for years and years and years.
Right? It's a good time over there.
It's a very good
time. The vlogs
time.
are like, they were crazy. I'm a bit more tame these days, but summer's pending, so we'll see.
Don't worry about it.
The crazy vlogs are pending, so make sure you're subscribed.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining me, honey. We have to do this again.
Yeah,
well, like a girly
I was meant to like glam you once, and like we could like glam and yap.
Yes, let's do that.
Yap, I think. Yeah.
But also we should do a dinner because you're not that far from me.
Exactly.
Perfect. Let's do that when I'm back from holiday, obviously.
Oh my God, enjoy that.
Thank you.
Vacation.
You're always away, bruv. It's time for you to be in the UK for a bit.
Everyone says that, and I feel like I'm actually at home on the sofa with my cat.
In the past 2 months, where have you been? Okay. Thank you.
And on that note,
Ibiza, Coachella,
New York.
Right.
Where?
Jury adjourned.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone
else, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening, please give us 5 stars. I just saw Paul Brunson got #1 and he doesn't even have a fish balls. So weird. So yeah.
Then we took one thing.
See you all next week. Woo!